guys, Bipolar Barbie here in my cute little pajamas. I never normally wear pajamas, but like my mom works at Kmart now, and it's like so funny. Every day she just comes home with like new shit because she's like fully all over. Like, I didn't know Kmart does this, but they've got like sections where like stuff goes on like mad sales. And obviously, because she works there, she literally knows about all of these incredible sales. So she just brings home stuff. She's like, I got you pajamas. They were like $1. And I'm like, this is awesome. This is like the coolest you've ever been, Mom. Anyway, I wanted to talk about something that I felt like was really important sharing with you guys. And it is this idea that I'm going to give it to you straight. You are not doing everything you can. You are not doing everything in your power to get better. You are not doing everything in your power to, be successful at your job, at your relationships, in life. You're not doing everything you possibly can to be happy. And if you think you are absolutely kidding yourself. And I know this for a fact because I was that person. I committed myself to my mental health journey like 5 years ago. Maybe 7 years ago. And after about 5 years, there was this like year where I was like, yes, it's 100% I'm putting into this now. This is my number one focus on getting better. And after that year, I honestly looked at myself and said, bitch, you are not doing everything that you think you're doing. Like, you are not putting 100% into this. Like, I was taking my medication. I was going to my appointments, psychiatrist, GP, psychologist. I was like exercising and eating healthy, but like realistically, that was like 1% of my time. Like 3 hours of doctor's appointments a week and taking my medication and stuff like that was really such a small amount of my time. And I thought about it and I was like, what do I do with the other 99% of my time? And I had just broken up with my asshole of a boyfriend of like a couple of years at the time. And I realized that the other 99% of my time I spent thinking about him. Texting him, calling him, hanging out with him. And even when I wasn't with him, I was thinking about the problems that we had. I was thinking about everyone else. I was stressing about work. I was trying to make everyone else happy. I was running around. And I just thought 99% really of your functioning capacity and your time and your days is in your head. So I was using this brain power, this incredible brain power that I have on something completely unnecessary and stupid. It was absolutely ridiculous. And I'm telling you this now because the moment I realized this and the moment I started putting literally and honestly 100% into myself, my life changed. There was such a dramatic increase in my recovery. It happened so quickly. It was like every day I was having these breakthroughs because I think mental illness is not just about, physically getting your brain chemistry right, which is like a lot of it, but it's also about understanding how you got to this place, especially with psychological trauma and really getting to know yourself and what you need as a person, which I think is a journey everyone should take, regardless of whether you're mentally ill or not. And this can apply to anyone. And I like the results are absolutely mind-blowing. So this is something I really want you guys to know. And you could, like, if you're sitting there thinking you were doing everything, you're not. I'm still not doing everything. Because I think every time you think that you're doing everything, you realize there is still more time. And whether, you're trying to be like successful or you're trying to get better or whatever it is you're trying to do, you're trying to be happy, every second in your life is valuable. Time is the most valuable commodity we have. It's like a stock exchange. It's a stock market of time. Why do we waste time? We wouldn't be wasting money as much as we waste time, and time is way more valuable. So it's like every second of your day that you are not focusing on what you want more than anything in the world, then honestly, you have no one to blame but yourself. At the end of the day, you have to get to the point where you look yourself in the mirror and you go, you know what? I let me down. You let you down. Because there is no one else to blame. And when you get to that point where you want it more than you want to breathe, then you will stop making excuses. And it's hard. Like, for example, publishing my book. Do I want to be a published author more than I want to watch Netflix? Hell yeah. Do I want to write my book right now more than I want to watch Netflix right now? Hell no. You know, but those two goals don't those two ideas and those two concepts don't align. So I think of it that way every time I want to procrastinate and avoid my dreams, avoid doing something that I know that I really should be doing that long term will provide what I want most in the world. I'm learning to prioritize that long-term satisfaction over the short-term satisfaction. Because the thing is, the reason I want those things is because I'm living in pain. I'm living in agony because I feel like I'm a failure. I feel like I'm going nowhere. And it's like, I'm going to be in pain regardless. I'm so afraid of failing, it just makes me want to give up. But my fear of failure that prevents me from even beginning is guaranteeing that my worst fear will come true. Mind blown. Like, seriously, I don't know where that was. That was meant to be there. But mind blown, guys. You know, I just think, take a long, hard look at yourselves. Take this time, take the rest of the year to get to know yourselves. And honestly, being single has been the best thing for me. I'm not single and ready to mingle. I'm single, but I'm in a committed relationship to myself. So I don't even see myself as being single. It's like, my answering machine literally says, hey, you've reached the right number, just at the wrong time. Call me back when I'm done chasing my dreams. It's like, I don't have time to hang out with you. I don't want to talk to you because I have spent my whole fucking life living for other people. It's about time I start being selfish. It's about time I start putting my interests above other people. It's about time I start putting myself above other people. Because I've never done that. I've always felt guilty for doing that, and I'm learning not to feel guilty for doing that because everyone else does the same fucking thing. If you don't make yourself your own number one priority, you're going to be no one's priority. So I think there just comes a time in your life, and yes, you have to get to a certain level of recovery where you can actually use your brain, and it's not as distorted as it was, which is the definition of a mental illness, a distortion in behavioral thinking. So once you get to that place where you have a rational thinking again, you can apply stuff like this. And I just kind of went, you know what? You've run out of excuses. I've literally run out of legitimate excuses. I am not like mentally crippled right now. As far as mental illness is concerned, I'm crippled by my own fears and insecurities. And the only way I'm going to get through that is to push myself. It's like, I've been sleeping too long. With a real me, please stand up. Like, bitch, you've been asleep. You've been hibernating. I look at it like this. It's not like you've been asleep because that means you've been wasting time. In the wise words of Prophet 50 Cent, sleep is for bitches who be broke. And I'm broke, but I don't want to be. So it's like, you know, I need to wake the fuck up. If I am so terrified of being nothing and I so desperately want to be something, then I need to stop acting like I'm nothing. Right? So this is me getting my life together. This is me committing myself to myself. And part of that is making sure that I actually do put 100% into myself. And unless you are single, unless you are locked in a room by yourself focusing on your dreams, you are not putting 100% into yourself. And this is really apparent right now because I've been in the same place that my friends are in, but I've got a few friends that are like, I'm unhappy, you know, all this stuff's going on, and, you know, I'm just so depressed and my mental health isn't getting any better, it's getting worse. And I'm like, yeah, you're not doing everything you can. But they feel like they're doing everything they can, and they keep telling me they're doing everything they can, and I'm like, you're living in a house with an abusive asshole for a boyfriend that doesn't pay bills. So you're supporting them, and you're supporting yourself. So therefore, 50% you're already like not committing to yourself. You're committing to another person who doesn't deserve your time. So if time is the most valuable commodity we have, and it's a stock exchange, time invested in yourself is never wasted. Never. It's like a long-term savings account. But everything else that you put your time in is an investment, and you need to learn how to invest wisely. You need to become like a Wall Street banker of your own time supply because it is like so limited. But stop giving your time and your energy. I mean, like, not just your physical body experience by your thoughts. The amount, the 70 or 100,000 thoughts you have a day in your brain. Stop wasting them on people who don't deserve it. Stop wasting your time and energy, because you could be putting that into yourself. And just think, if you put half as much energy into yourself as you do other people, imagine how far you would go. And yes, there are some people who you put a little bit of effort into and then you get a lot in return. They're very rare. They're very, very rare. And again, they're normally like they're not long-term investments. The signs are there. You can actually tell pretty quickly who those people are. You just have to be on the lookout for it. But you need to dump those motherfuckers that don't treat you right. You know, you need to understand your worth and how much your time is worth. Because if you don't, you are going to allow people to undervalue you, to walk all over you, to make you feel miserable. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with today, guys, is you are causing your own misery. Yes, I've been that victim. I've been that person in that relationship for a year longer than I should have been. You know, you're hurting me. Please stop hurting me. Please don't hurt me. Oh my God, I'm in so much pain. My life is agony. I'm living in this hell because this person keeps hurting me. No, I was hurting myself because I stayed. Hear me once, shame on you. Hear me twice, shame on me. There is incredible power wherever blame is laid. Please know that. Because whatever you need in life controls you. So if you feel like you need someone, then they are going to control you. You don't need anyone but yourself. And no, it's no one else's responsibility to fulfill your needs but your own. And I think everyone should watch my needs videos, because it's something that all of us are just like psychologically retarded at. We have no idea how important our own needs are and how diverse they actually are. And when we say one thing, what we really mean is something else. So it's really important to get to know. Because people say I need to feel loved, therefore I need my partner. But obviously if you're having a relationship issue, they're not fulfilling that need for you. So they're completely useless. They're not even giving you what you need. And you need to love yourself, because you can't take something external like an emotion and put it internal. That doesn't work. So, yeah. Don't waste your time begging someone to fulfill a need for you if they're clearly not. I understand as a borderline, you're like, oh my God, they don't think I'm worth enough. Why aren't they giving me this need? You're wasting your fucking time asking the question why. It doesn't matter why you're not getting that need from them. It doesn't matter whether they don't want to give it, whether they can't give it. Everyone's got their own needs, and sometimes they conflict. Sometimes they're on path and then they conflict. That's fine. Give them the flick, because they just do not deserve you, chick. I'm working on my rhymes too much. But anyway. This is the Bipolar Barbie message. This is the video that you need to share to everyone, I think, and that everyone needs to know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Big things happening this year, and I'm going to, share that part of this journey with you. But I want to know your thoughts on the things that I've said. Much love to all of you. Good luck on your journey, and I look forward to seeing you guys grow, because I really can't believe I'm saying this, but there is life after the war. I'm still in the cleanup process. It's going to take a long time before I can start living, but I'm rebuilding. And finally, the bombs have stopped dropping. So there's a lot of shrapnel, but I'm slowly getting that broom together, because I'm a wicked witch that wickedly spits like lickety splits. I'm so excited to show you guys some of the raps I've been working on. Super stoked about it. Big things coming. And I'm working on my books too. So, love you all. I'll see you next video, guys.